Have you ever had a dream? A dream of just adventure? Of just being able to go wherever you want, see amazing places, maybe faraway land, just a beautiful sunset? Well, that was my dream. And this is a little bit of how I ended up being able to see a beautiful sunset like this. Wow, that was dramatic. So in the spring of 2019, I bought this beautiful cargo van. Of course, it took a little bit of convincing of Cindy in order for me to get it. Now, if I remember correctly, I think this is how it went down. Hey, Cindy, I think I've got a great idea. Uh-oh, here we go now. No, hear me out on this. Okay, what is it? We buy a van, I convert it into an RV, and we travel all over the place. How long is this going to take, and how much money is it? Yeah. Don't worry about the details. Probably just take me about a year, but it's going to be super great. Okay, whatever. And so this led up to me demoing, building, wrecking, fixing, and putting together our van over the next 2.5 years. So this is our 2018 Mercedes Sprinter van. We bought it almost brand new with 3,000 miles. Why don't we go ahead and go in and show you around? So a lot of people ask, well, why did you buy a Mercedes Sprinter van as opposed to a Dodge ProMaster or the Ford Transstar? And mainly there's two reasons. One is the height. I'm still a little too tall for the van, but it gives me just a smidgen more headroom, and so I can actually get around pretty easily as long as I just kind of duck a little bit. The other reason is the motor. Mercedes has one of the best motors on the market for these big type vans. So once you're inside, there's basically different zones, I guess you could say, of the van. We've got the kitchenette, we have the sink, basically storage, our electrical compartment, the wet closet / bathroom, and then our sitting area, dining area, upper storage, and our bed. Okay, we'll start with the bedroom. The bedroom / sitting area is designed like many others, but we wanted this to be an area that was spacious, roomy, and just had a lot of light. So I'm a pretty tall guy, and so when we built it, I designed it so that I had plenty of headroom right here, and we could just kind of sit around. And you can see that it's so nice having these large windows back here because it just feels like it opens the van up. So let me show you how to convert the bed. So first of all, you have to disassemble the table. This isn't too hard. You just take a couple parts and that table recesses down to make the bed. You put the cushions on, roll the bedding out, and ta-da! Put it away, kind of opposite. You roll up the pads, put the pillows away, take the table out, put basic assembly for the Laguna table mount up. Put the table in and ta-da! One of the fun things I did also is I did this epoxy tabletop that actually recesses to make our bed. And as you can see, it's kind of an ocean scene. So just something a little unique that I wanted to just kind of spice up the back area and just kind of give it that vacation feel to it. So there's many things I love about this bed. You can kind of see, yeah. One of the most important is it's a California king, which means that as a 6'6" guy, I've got plenty of room to lay down and just kind of enjoy the bed. It does have an additional foam mattress on top of it, memory foam, and so super comfortable, just as comfortable as actually sleeping in our bed at home. And you can see right here we do have T-vent windows, so we can open and close these depending on what type of air circulation we want to have. And oops, sorry, get some cross breeze in it. Awesome bed. So let's go ahead and talk about the electrical system. Basically we have 400 watts of solar on the roof, and that is controlled by a control monitor right here by Renogy. So the solar controller made by Renogy controls the voltage and then sends it down to a compartment down here where we've got 4 Battle-Born 100 amp batteries. And these batteries are phenomenal. You can drain them almost to nothing. Anyway, it's a lot of electricity, like a gigawatt.
But I need a nuclear reaction to generate the 1.21 gigawatts of electricity.
1.21 gigawatts!
Okay, maybe just 400 amps, but it's a lot. So not only do we have our solar controller here, but we do have our fuse box here in this corner, basically controlling all of the DC power in the van. We do have another fuse box that is for the AC that comes directly off of our Victron 2000 watt inverter. That is actually controlled right here by this. And so all we have to do is click this and it will click on, and then we have all of our outlets primed to use. Another fun thing we have here is our water monitor. We just click on the power right here, and then we can actually monitor with this. This is clean water, this is our dirty water. We can see how much water we have in each one. You can see our water sink tank is dry. Our shower has a little bit more in it, probably a little more than a quarter tank. Our gray water hopefully is all empty. As you can see here, it is. And so pretty nice little function that we can kind of keep control of our water levels. Another nice thing is we have a little charge port here. So if we want to charge something, we can just leave it here, close the little cabinet, and charge on the go. So let's talk about air circulation. We do have a zero freeze AC unit that we'll use at night. So when we're not driving, obviously there's the AC there. When we're parked, we do have a max air fan that opens up and can blow. We do have these T-vent windows right here that we can open the front and the back and be able to get a cross breeze as we're going along. And then, of course, like I explained, and also we've got these fans right here that are extremely efficiency. They're constructed for the yacht industry and pull minimum energy and blow a significant amount of air. Let's say it's the winter time and you need heating. So, as a lot of vans do, we have a S-bar heater. This is the control right here, and then it is actually situated right there under the passenger seat. And this little guy you can program and have it turn on a couple times at night, blow for about half hour, 40 minutes, and it really works wonders. Because it has a access point and uses diesel fuel, it actually pulls off of the fuel tank. So you know Oh, blah, 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 blah. Okay, it's a heater. Get on with it. So let's talk about the sink. This is a pretty common sink head assembly. It's really good because you can wash dishes off pretty easily, but then you can also spray your feet off as you're coming in from the beach. We also have filtered water coming off of our tank and a little soap dispenser. That's kind of fun. So how do you operate this? Well, we're just gonna move this out of the way, lift this up and out. You can see it's a nice deep sink. And back here, we have our on switch to the pump. And then we'll come back, move that real quick. And you can see, got nice water. Of course, we could have the filter water too if we wanted to. So, huge plus having this filtered water, as we both drink quite a bit throughout the hot summer days. Probably the next thing to talk about is our wet bath. As you can see, we've got the Palisade tiles. We were one of the first ones to actually use this in vans, and then it caught on pretty quickly. Very lightweight, strong, completely waterproof because they're interconnecting. And so we have this. It's about 2 feet by 3 feet. So fairly small, but actually quite large. We do have a little light here that we can control from this gang switch here. So we can turn that on and off as we need it. We do have the nice shower door that's self-cleaning. And then we've got the Nature's Head toilet. Now, one thing we did want to do is, as you can see here, we actually have a drainage. And I didn't want to have to actually pick up that bottle full of urine and take it out all the time. That just sounded nasty. So I have this diverter that goes straight into our black water. And if we wanted to shower, this has a quick connect right here. I disconnect that, pull the toilet out, and then we can shower. We do have a pretty good pump on this that we activate with that gang switch here. And we've got a Bosch 2.5 gallon water heater over there in the corner that we turn on with that switch. You know, what do they say? Ask an engineer a question, you get an answer. Didn't want to have propane that I had to worry about, especially if we travel internationally. So this induction stove top is the answer to that. And with 400 watts of solar and 400 amp hours in the back, this baby will never run out. So we do have a nice countertop. I really like this butcher block that we bought and cut to size. So we can prepare food, we can cook food. And this is kind of a little novel thing I thought up, was there's a little spice rack that's embedded so that we have a little bit of additional storage without taking up too much up top here in our pantry. And as you can see, it's pretty empty right now. We'll get that filled up as we get closer to traveling, but this holds a significant amount. And of course, we have a nice little magnetic knife holder, and we do have lights. As you can see, we've got 3 lights. Down below, we do have 3 really nice drawers. Here's our utensil, hot pads, and then we've got 2 others just for general storage and help out with additional pantry. Now the refrigerator, we wanted something that held an awful lot. So we got with an Indel B, and this is one of the largest refrigerators you can get for semi-trucks. There are larger ones in the RV industry, but as you can see here, it's got a ton of space, and it even has a little freezer area to keep a few things cool. Cindy likes that for keeping some ice. But having a lot of refrigerator space, having some fresh produce that you can store, really is a big win. And this thing runs off of DC power, which is wonderful because it only takes about 24 amps a day when it's running full out in the summer. And so to have this part of our little kitchenette, and also we positioned it in an area that has a lot of space so we can open it and close it without any problems. So storage. I really wanted a lot of storage. Talking to Cindy, she wanted a lot of storage. Holy hoarders, Batman. And so what we did, we came up with this big design with these 3 massive drawers here. So this top drawer is pretty nice. We have our toothbrushes, toothpaste, basic toiletries. So it's a little thinner. This next drawer becomes a little more utilitarian. It's got plates, pots and pans, cups. This bottom one is our general storage. It's a monster, and we just put anything we want in here. Cindy's got her little travel hair dryer in here, but tons of open space down here also. And then of course we've got under the sink, which is kind of a dead space, but you do have to find room for your purifier. We use this as our little hamper, and so as we have dirty clothes, we'll just stuff it in here to help organize our laundry. So a couple small things that you just rarely talk about. We did make an additional shelf up here for storage. It's pronounced harder. We've got our moonshade, we've got blankets, coats. We can have a blackout screen right here. That's kind of nice. We do have these blackout shades for all the windows. So at night we just throw those down. We just loosen these down and put them down. And during the day, for the most part, if we're not stationary and have everything open, what we'll do is we'll half put those up, which they've got magnets on it. So you can just pop them halfway, and that makes it really nice. So in the back here, we do have a little garage for a little bit of storage. So our drainage hose, little work sack, and this is where we fill up our shower tank. And we have some other things like little stools and whatnot. Nice just having a little bit of extra space, little storage space for some of the dirtier stuff. And of course, these are the countries that we've been to in the van. I'll keep doing that as we go along. We do have 2 access points. This is actually for the clean water for drinking. And then the inverter actually has a shore power that you can plug into if you're in land and you need to do a quick charge on the batteries. And with that, we want to just thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed us showing you around our van. And if you come up with a clever name for it, why don't you write that down in the comments section below. If it makes us laugh and we really like it, I think we'll just name it that. If you like the video, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel so that we can continue to entertain you as we travel around. And as always, we just hope to see you on the road. Ciao, ciao.